Yesterday, I sent out a form to try to get some people some coaching meetings, and a lot of people commented to me about, hey, how did you do that form? And today I want to show you just quickly a little bit about using Google Forms. It is part of your Gmail or Google membership, so you do have to be a Google user. I know with BPS that there were some instructions sent out, and I'll put a link below. There were some instructions sent out by the district about how to use Google and Google Drive. So the way that I do it is you can go to the website, which is docs.google.com/forms, and it will bring you to this page. There's several ways that you can do this here. You'll see that I'm logged into Google here, so I'm logged into my Gmail account. When you get to this form, you'll see that there are a whole bunch of templates that you can use. You can create a blank form, which is how I created my menu yesterday. You can also create any of these. So if I go to the template gallery, you'll see there are several different forms, several that might be really useful to you as a teacher. You can see there are some personal ones here, and I use this a lot in my personal life to collect information or have people sign up for things. So there's some forms here that you can use that are just good default ones. Contact information, RSVP, sign up for a t-shirt sale, an invitation to a party, an event registration. For work, some simple feedback ones that will give you the Likert scale and things like that, order forms, job applications, etc. There's some really nice ones here for education if you want to use them in your classroom. Let's say that I am going to bring my kids into the computer lab, so everybody's going to be signed in, and what I want to do is I want to create an exit ticket for class and get some information from them before they leave. So I can simply put the link on my classroom homepage for the survey, and I can have the kids go there and sign in and do that afterwards. You don't have to have a Google account to fill out the survey. You just need to have a Google account to create the survey. So under education, let's just click on one here. There's one already pre-made for exit ticket. So I click on that. It's going to open it up in my browser, and you can see a simple exit ticket. There are some questions in here. This one says, exit ticket before you leave class today, answer the questions. It needs your students will put in their name and their email. Let's say that I'm not really interested in collecting the student's email. I can click on that question and I can go to delete, and I can delete that out. What's one important thing that you learned in class today? This will allow students to answer by typing into the box. Do you feel prepared for today's lesson? Why or why not? They can just simply click and they can type into that box. If, for example, I wanted to change my type of question, I can click on the question and go to the choices on the right. I can create a box that will allow them to enter a shorter answer. In this case, a paragraph. Give them the space to do that is a good idea. But also if I had multiple choice or a need for checkboxes or a drop down so they could select one of those things. If I wanted to use a Likert or a linear scale and say, how well did you feel prepared today? So let's try that one. I'll put the linear scale in there. You can see from 1 to 5, and I'm going to say 1 is not prepared at all, and 5 would be so prepared I could teach this class. Okay, and I create that, and then it's going to, when I'm done with that, it's going to give me a 5-point scale. So, and then the last one says, what would help make today's lesson more effective? So I create my form, and then what I need to do is I'm going to go to send, and it's going to give me several options. I can send it via email. I can send a link, which is really the one that I prefer to use because it allows me to send it in any email program, or it allows me to embed it on my web page. So that's the one I generally use. This is also an embedding code, but the link works just fine. So what I usually do is I click on the link. It creates a very long link here, so I click on the shorten URL box. It'll give me a shortened URL. I can go to copy. It's already highlighted. I can go to copy or Control C, and I copy that. and then I can go and I can send it, I can create an email and send that to anyone, or I can put it on my webpage or whatever. So let's just take a look and see what this looks like uh, live. So I'm going to just go to another page here, and I'm just going to copy the link in and hit enter, and it will bring up the survey for me. Internet's pretty slow today, so you see here's my exit ticket. So it's asking me, before I leave class today, answer the following questions. So what's my name? So I'm going to put Bob Malucci. What's one important thing you learned in class today? I learned how to create a Google, not Goofle. I learned how to create a Google survey and send a link to it. Now, did you feel prepared for today's lesson? Why or why not? 1 would be not prepared at all. 5 is so prepared I could teach this class. I guess since I'm doing the tutorial, I'm going to click 5. What would help make today's lesson more effective? And I'm going to put in there, I think, a link to more information would be helpful. And I'm going to click submit. So just imagine all of your students do this. They click submit. In my exit ticket, it says, thanks for filling out the exit ticket. See you next time. Now, how do I find that when I'm done? So if I open up a new window, and I usually, my homepage 90% of the time is just google.com because I use Gmail and whatnot so often. So here's my, my Google page. Today's Google says 'tis the season, it's a holiday. So I go up here and I can go to the apps box here, and I can go to Drive and click on Drive. And then when Drive opens up, I'm going to see the form that I just created in my Google Drive, which Google Drive is fantastic, especially for bringing stuff back and forth between computers. So I see it's right here. It's one of my most recent things. So it's right here under exit ticket. You can also see, this is my personal Google Drive, but you can see here I use it all the time for all kinds of things. So a lot of the things I have in Google Drive are surveys. So I click on the exit ticket, I double click, and now because I'm the creator of this survey, I'm going to see 2 things. One is I'm going to see the exit ticket itself. If I want to make any changes to it, it will change it live and allow me to change the questions at any time. But I also see there's a thing in the menu here that says responses. So if I click on the response, it gives me 2 choices. One, it'll give me a summary, and the summary will show me everyone's response. It also will give me a nice scale for something that's multiple choice, or like that linear scale. It'll give me now only one person answered, which was me answering the question, but you can see here, if you did it for class, you could get multiple answers here. And also I can click on individual, and it will show me the exit ticket individually, which this might be helpful if I was doing a quiz and I wanted to print a paper copy of it. It will say my name and all my answers to the question. This one, though, the summary report is great if you have many people answering the question and you can see how they responded. And that is a really effective way to do it when you're trying to gather information. Let's say I want to do a quiz or something like that. So I could easily use this kind of ticket to create a multiple choice quiz in class that the kids could do. I mean, obviously we have eDoctrina and other ways to do it, but this would be a way to do that as well. So I hope this helped. I hope that if you have any questions, you'll be comfortable with coming to me to ask how to use Google Drive in order to create surveys for class, for teamwork, or anything you want. Have a great day. Thanks.